Hello everybody and welcome to the very first video on Instagram TV for the Zen of Why Life Coaching. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Lisa and I am a life coach, business coach, food allergy coach, and I'm also a professional book editor, web designer, graphic artist, and I'm a mom of 2 girls, 2 doggies, and a wife, and I live on Vancouver Island, Canada. So this inaugural video is going to be a little bit of an introduction, a little bit about energy forecast that's coming up, and also a great mindfulness and connection exercise that you can do. And it's a project as well. So let me begin by saying hello to all of you. You know, most of you know me from coaching and my Facebook accounts and groups and stuff that I do. I do journaling, classes, and I do help people run retreats as well. So let's get right into the information. So you'll be learning about mindfulness. You'll be learning about gratitude, affirmations, intentions, I don't know statements, asking lofty questions of the universe. There'll be astrology, numerology, information about crystals and aromatherapy. There'll be energy forecasts, and there'll also be some fantastic journaling questions, as well as information on projects that I do that can help you connect more deeply with yourself, with your family, your inner child, and help you get through these intense energy periods that we're going through right now. So, as everybody's probably heard, Mars is in retrograde. What does that mean? Retrograde means when it looks like a planet is going backwards in the sky. It really isn't. But what it means in terms of astrology and your zodiac sign is when something goes into retrograde, it means it's time to reflect. Now, Mars is considered the planet of war. It's the yang energy, the masculine energy in its ego state. So it's aggressive, it's impertinent, impetuous, rash actions, rash decisions, anger instantly, reaction, violence. It can be getting back at people. It can be grudges. It can be saying things that you don't need to say. So why is this coming up for us? I mean, we've had an eclipse. We've had a full moon. We've had the solstice energies coming in. We've got a new moon coming in. And we have 2 more eclipses this month. This is an incredibly intense month. And we're going to see it all over the world. People are already seeing it. People are being more aggressive, more angry, more upset, short-tempered, fuses, people, angry drivers. It's going to go into all aspects of our lives, though, not only in our relationships, businesses, our interactions with people, interpersonal relations. It's also going to be about decisions you make, whether you're jumping into decisions too quick without really thinking about it. Financially, it's going to impact the stock markets. It's going to impact our own wallets if we're making bad business decisions or bad personal financial decisions. It's going to impact all of us. Even in the world, there's going to be world leaders who do things that nobody understands why. There's going to be business people that do things. So I want to talk a little bit about each of those aspects. So one of the reason this is coming up for us is because it's wanting you to really look at how you behave, what you say when you're under stress, when you're in that boiler. What do you do? How do you behave? Even when you're on your own and nobody's around. That's what this Mars retrograde is all about. When we talk about light workers and spiritual people, usually we think of kind, compassionate, loving people, but we're all human. And so this is really pulling it up and going, are you really walking your talk? Are you truly being a person who is kind and compassionate and caring when you get pissed right off? Can you take a deep breath, step back, and put yourself back into a light worker, compassionate stance? See things from a soul level, your higher self. Can you see things as gifts instead of annoyances? And so the best thing to do is before you speak for this whole month, is it kind? Is it nice? Is it necessary? Is it compassionate? And will it hurt the other person's feelings? Because if it's any of those things, take a breath. Step out of yourself, step out of the situation in your mind, and see things from a higher perspective. How can you be more compassionate? How can you be more kind? How can you be more loving? The people who are mean and unkind to you, and there's going to be a lot of that this month, can you see their story? Can you understand where they're coming from? You were probably them at one point in your ascension journey. Can you be kind and compassionate even when others are not being nice to you? Because the people who are being triggered this month, which is pretty much all of us, need more love, not less, as Matt Kahn always says. Financially and business-wise, we're going to be prone to making rash decisions. We're going to be prone to making financial decisions that may not be in our best interest. A lot of people may make decisions on the stock market which are going to be rash and impetuous, and then everybody else is going to get afraid and angry and upset, and there's going to be a chain reaction. That's just my feeling right now. I hope that doesn't happen. But if you are in high, really, what's the word for it? Investments that are high risk, you may want to pull into some moderate stuff for at least this month, because there's going to be some really weird stuff happening right at the end of this month. Don't make business decisions the day of. Sleep on it. Get wisdom from other people. See what their take on it is. A lot of times we're seeing things through very narrow viewpoints right now. And that's the masculine drive. Don't need advice. Don't need to ask anybody else. You do need to step out and be more receptive. We're bringing the divine feminine energy in, and you need to be more receptive. And so this is challenging you. Can you be receptive? Can you accept? Can you allow things to come to you instead of jumping to go get them? Jumping in decisions and choices, jumping into action. With your families, your families are going to be big trigger points for you, and your spouses. Even if you're like me and you're kind of sarcastic and you have a bit of a sarcastic humor, is there a nasty edge to it? Are you doing too much of it with your children? What are things where you're going a little over and above? Are you, kids doing something that normally you wouldn't get upset about, but then bam, the foot comes down and you get really angry? Are you speaking more angry than you really should? This month is teaching us to pause every moment. Be in the now and see things through eyes of spirit, not through eyes of humanity, which is very reactive. So, there's also going to be big reactions in the weather, right? Which will trigger all of us. I mean, today, and people all over the world today, I had friends all over the world have major migraines. I haven't been able to do this video until now because I had such a terrible one today that it was too much for me. I couldn't even function. So, there is going to be ascension symptoms, ringing in the ears, headaches, feeling really tired, needing to sleep, not being able to sleep, pain, things coming up. I got bit by a wasp about 2 weeks ago, and it flared up yesterday for no reason. Very strange. If you have chronic pain issues, old injuries, those things are coming up because they're seeing how you behave when you are in pain. Can you be kind to yourself? Can you be compassionate to yourself? So those are all things that we need to think about right now. And don't forget, Mercury in retrograde is coming. I've already felt the energy of it. I think it's going to be a larger window than we normally have. I think it's going to be about a month window instead of 2 weeks before or a week before. Save things. How are you going to react when something that you are working on disappears? Are you going to go into a violent rage? What if technology doesn't work? What if your washing machine breaks? What if your dryer breaks? What if your car breaks? How are you going to respond? That's what this Mars retrograde is about, and Mercury is bringing that in. So, now I want to, now that we've looked at the energy, so kind, compassion, loving yourself, make sure you do a daily ritual of something that fills your love tank, of something that makes you feel good, something that your future self will really appreciate. Baths with Epsom salts in them, meditation practices. If you don't have time for it, you do need it. That's when you know you need it. Journaling, writing things down, getting the energy out of your body. Those are all very important things. Energy medicine exercise, I'm going to be teaching you some of those things. There's going to be lots of colds and sicknesses coming up because our body, when we get angry, we actually cook our organs. Our blood pressure goes up when we get anxious and angry. So we got to learn to calm everything down. So it's going to be all fire energy. We need water, to cool it down. Earth, grounding, going out and walking on the earth, doing those sorts of things. So fire and air, boom. So more water and grounding in your life. Be really hydrated, sleep when you need to sleep, which is a grounding type thing. Go outside, go for a walk at least once a day. If you're near an ocean, go to the ocean. If you're near a lake, go to a river. Those energies are going to be very grounding for us. And now, I would like to teach you something that I have decided to do for my daughters, because I've realized lately that my sarcastic kind of humor has taken on a bit of a darker tone. And it was this retrograde period coming up. And so I want them to know in every day that they are loved, they are cared for. I really love them and appreciate them as souls, and also my children. So what I did is I picked up some really nice journals, and I wrote in it, and I'm going to read it to you. And this is a deeper connection thing, and I've challenged myself to do this for 3 months, starting yesterday. And it's called Messages from Mama. And what it is I'm going to fill this journal every day with things that I am grateful for about them, things that I'm proud of them about, things that I want them to know, and not in terms of like constructive criticism. These are things that are loving and kind and caring. So I wanted to read you what is in the front of this book, and then the very first entry I did. And if you want to do this with me, you are more than welcome to. I have a group called Asking Lofty Questions, and you're welcome to come search it out on Facebook and join it. And I'll also be posting about this on Instagram and in my Facebook, on my Facebook pages. And so it says, Dear daughter, I want you to know each day how much you are loved, wanted, appreciated, and cared for. You are brilliant, strong, smart, talented, courageous, beautiful, and skilled beyond your wildest dreams. These messages are for you to look at each day and in the years to come, to know that you are a precious soul, and I am so grateful that I get to be your mom. I love you so much. So these are almost like a success journal, but you're not collecting your own successes. I'm writing about things that I'm grateful for. And coming from a parent, as we get into our teen years, my daughters are 8 and 11. As we get to be an adult, sometimes we just need a pick-me-up to know that somebody loved you. And these are what these messages are. And hopefully they'll be keepsakes. And hopefully they'll do it for their children. So I'm writing about things that are not general. I'm writing about very specific things they do each day that I noticed that I'm grateful for. And I'm going to do this every day, whether it's in the morning or the evening. Their dad's going to write a message too. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I'm actually going to do it for my my husband too, because every morning he leaves me beautiful messages with the coffee he makes for me, and so I want to give back and do this. And this is a good way when you send love out to the universe, you send it out everywhere. So July 1st, 2018, Canada Day. I'm so proud of you for your reading skills. You're becoming such a great reader. You designed some pretty cool tracks today. They race little tiny cars. Great job. And I love your car training ideas. She's training some of her cars to be police officers. I love your sense of humor and your laugh. You are beautiful and smart. Love you, baby girl. Mom. And so this is what I'm doing for both my daughters, and I'm going to do it for my husband too for 3 months. So if you'd like to join me, you are welcome to. You can join my Asking Lofty Questions group, or you can find me on Facebook at Zen of Y. So hope you have a fantastic day, and let's all be balanced and calm this month.